السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. All the good guys. Initially good girls and then one guy just joined. ما شاء الله. Welcome back to Medu. Let me see just a minute. Where are the students list? 1, 2. Okay. I think guys, you were with me before. So you know my style. Can you hear me clear, loud and clear? Okay, can someone say something? Let me hear, guys. Okay. Let me see if, yes, okay, just to check the speaker. All right. Actually, anyway, some ladies are more courageous than the boys, because the boys shouldn't feel shy to speak out. Ladies, I know sometimes al-haya, you know, they don't want to speak out loud. Understood. But it's okay to speak, you know, for short, yes, no. But for the guys not to talk, that's the mystery. I'm still trying to resolve this mystery. Some guys, okay, I know, I recognize Adnan used to speak out, no issue. Okay, without that side talk, we have 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, I think we have enough students. I think we have a new student. I mean, with me for the first time. Anyway, I will go over this as I always do, but probably a little bit faster. Okay, let me share with you the Foxit, my favorite PDF editor. Not editor, sorry, reader. We don't have editor here. I think I did have, but I did not use because that was not, you know, okay. It's very expensive to get the original one. Okay, as always, we start always with instructions to the students. Some things that I want you to understand about my style. The students, okay, anyway, so these are instructions to the students so that you know what I expect of you and what you are expected to do. Okay, this a few pages of instructions I will go over a bit quickly because most of you know them, but you will still have to read them and record your audio reading of these instructions out loud. I mean, read them out loud and then have it recorded in audio file and then send to me. Anyway, I think some of you have done this last semester. Probably the previous semester as well. Anyway, I think some of you have done that, but still, please do it again because there are some new things here, and I want to see your level of English language. This is this is going to be part of assignment number 1. So this is worth marks. Okay, you do it and you get 3 marks. It's just by reading this and recording them in audio file. Okay, number 1. Okay, instruction to students, guidelines, tips, February 25 semester. Digital systems class. I don't like, okay, and by the way, guys, when I say please write your name in the file name on the assignment and stuff, do not write for me only your student ID, okay? Because student ID doesn't mean anything. So write your name, not the student ID. Student ID with the name is okay, but at least this student name. I will come to it. Number 1, please always talk in English. Always talk in English. I know most of you are Arabs, like to speak Arabic easier to speak in Arabic, but still, please all talk in English. All your messages, your email, your WhatsApp messages, all will have to be in English, please. Okay, because the medium of instruction here is English. So you need to improve your English. You need to be able to read. Okay, so this is our textbook that we're going to follow. Of course, this is about 970 pages, but we will cover, I would say, 5 chapters or maybe less, because it's so much. We will not cover everything. So you need to be able to read the English stuff, read and know the meaning, and then find out the new words and so forth. So You have to always you have to live in an English environment. Okay. So, oh, can you see these instructions? Sometimes the students cannot see and they'll see. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, sometimes I'll be talking, and then somebody will ask, sir, are you reading from something? We do not see what you are seeing. So always when there's anything that is not right, please alert me. Okay. Number 2, every student must record himself or herself reading out loud these instructions and send to me. Okay, so this needs to be an audio recording. Yeah, this is to make sure that you are aware of these very important points. Number 3, many students do not read instructions or don't follow instructions. The result, you will lose marks, especially in the assignment and the exam. Some students, they don't read the full question even. They answer only part of the question and finish as if that was the whole thing. And their answer would be even very little. So please always read thoroughly, slowly, and make sure you read out loud to it has a different sense of meaning. It gives a different sense of meaning. When you read with your eyes, that's one thing. When you read out loud and you hear as well as you see. Oh my God, many times when I read out loud, I noticed something new. I thought I read it all. So please try to read out loud. Also, this is a good way for studying. I mean, just to hear yourself. Number 4, not paying attention in the class meeting could result in missing many reminders, warnings, alerts, tips, and so forth. Because I usually, during the lecture, I will give some tips. So please pay attention and also watch the recording again so that you don't miss those tips and clues. Okay, some questions in the exam will have to be done in handwriting, on paper, scan to PDF using Cam Scanner app or similar. Give proper file name. Attach using the add attachment button provided. This is for the exam, for the assignment as well. Okay, now talk about the exam. The exam will be on paper. I think my students know my style, on paper, because now this digital system, you need to describe, you need to solve. You cannot solve by typing on the keyboard. You cannot, it's very difficult. And if someone wants to copy and paste, I will see you again in the next course of the same one, because you will not pass. Copying is not acceptable. Also, copying is very clear. So you need to answer the same way that we discussed in the class. Okay, now proper file name, I will come to it. I think I will come to it in the place. Okay, basically, for the file name that you need to give, it has to be the semester, the subject, the assignment or exam, question number, and if it was in the exam, the assignment question, assignment number also, and your name and the date. All right. So these have to be in the file name, and I'm very particular about the file name, because sometimes when some students say, I have done this and I sent you the file, then when I look for the student's file, the file name will be just like some numbers from the WhatsApp or from the camera, you know. No, give it a meaningful name, because if no correct name, as I will see, you will be surprised. No, initially I thought no proper file name, no mark. But then I said, okay, maybe 50%. I mean, guys, just take a few seconds. I write the information to make my life easier. And I assure you, you will get better marks. You give the wrong file name, you will lose marks. You will lose marks, definitely. So you need to be able to do things right. You need to get used to it. Okay, number 6, always answer like we have studied in the class, with enough necessary information without much unnecessary additional info, especially if you copy from ChatGPT. No, this ChatGPT is very outrageous. You know, it gives you all details that are not really needed for the question. And I know whether you write, you express it in your own way, you process the information and express in your own way, or you just copy and paste from ChatGPT. And the low mark will be waiting for those who will do that, who will just copy and paste. So please learn. You are here to learn. So please make sure you make use of the time, and get your money's worth of knowledge. You are paying to learn. Get the knowledge that this money is buying. Okay, number 7, practice scanning, uploading the portal from first assignment. You will need to do this for the exam, and you need, I think by the time the exam comes, you will already have submitted the first assignment at least, so you know how to scan to PDF. Okay, most assignments will be will include making a video. Oh, okay, this is the new thing. This is a new thing which I started doing last semester, and some students were really good. I would say more than 50% of the students did this, and they got their full mark. Many other students got only half mark because no video. Okay, now I suggest you use the OBS suite, the open source broadcasting system. This is free open source. Showing the question, okay, you use this, if you have been watching YouTube videos, like technical videos or about whatever, the developers who give these videos, you will see in their screen that they capture, you will see, I should have opened it, but because it will load the memory. It's like this black circle, the OBS icon is black circle. You can see it always in the lower, in the taskbar, and you will see that there is a red dot, which means it is recording. All people use it, so you need to be able to use this. You are IT students, you should be able to use this with no problem. Okay, there are beginners tutorial online in the YouTube. Please use them if you haven't been. Some of my students already send me these videos using OBS. Some students do already use it. Some of them started using it, and some have already been using it for some years, which is amazing. I really felt very happy for them. Okay, so what you need to do, don't show me your face and talk like some students did. They just show me their face, they use the phone. They use the phone and they on their face, and then they talk. I want to see what you are reading. So you can show your face first, then continue for reading. If you're using the hand phone, show the reading, the stuff that you have written and you're reading from. If you are using the OBS, you can have the camera on the side. You open the camera, the video capture device, and also open the screen capture device, where you will be showing me the answer that you have done, just like I'm showing this PDF file. So you need to show yourself, at least temporarily. And ladies, you can use the masks. Most ladies use mask. Okay, even though the screen, your picture will be very small on the side, so it is not very clear. Anyway, you can use a mask, or at least show at the beginning, and then you can close the camera. You don't have to have it all, but I want to make sure that this is the same person. I have all of your pictures in the system. I can check who is this, So like I remember, okay, one student tried, but without picture. But I know I know his voice, because he sent to me earlier. And then somebody else was given the presentation. That guy was in big trouble. So we asked them to redo and do it personally. So these things do not work with us, Okay. So what you need to show your face, at least in the beginning. Then show the question and answer that you have done, and read out loud. Okay, showing yourself, presenting the answer, reading out loud the question and answer, explaining a little, comment on it. If you will, at least you read it out loud. Okay, mention your name at the beginning, semester, subject, assignment number, before, at the very beginning. Also, you have it written on the paper, and make sure the paper is clear that you are reading from. Therefore, do the assignment on time, please, so that you have time to do the video. So file name also is very important. Make sure that this is video recording of this subject, assignment number, with your name and the date. Where is the date? Where is the date? I forgot to put the date. Also, you need to put the date. Okay. Also, date. Okay. And date. Okay. Number 9, you can reduce PDF file size online. So, okay, for the assignments, the PDF file size that you will scan, if you use CAM scanner, the file size will be small, will be manageable, will be less than 5 megabytes. If you use another scanner that gives you a large file, make sure that it is reduced to less than 5 megabytes. You have 3 files that you can upload for the assignment. So you can divide your assignment into 3. For digital, yes, this is one of the good courses where you have an assignment that is a lot. you have many questions that you have to solve, because that's the way to learn. Also in my mathematics classes, like math for IT and discrete math, the students will have to solve a lot, because this is the way you learn, by solving. Okay, so you have 3 files that you can upload for the assignment, so you can divide the assignment into 3. Okay, number 10. Always read the exam assignment instructions slowly to understand them well. Join the lecture meeting before the hour. Most of you have already joined, mashallah, very good of you. Attendance is compulsory. Lecture meeting duration is 1 hour plus. 1 hour plus, and especially this subject, there is more material. If I want to spend more time, if I dwell on certain things, linger more time on them explaining, then it will take more time, and I think you need it. All right, so if you have something at 3 o'clock, you can go, but make sure you watch the recording, download the recording, which will be available after 24 hours. It's like 24 hours from the lecture, the recording will be available, and you can download and you can view. Okay, so your advice to stay, if you can stay, your advice to stay if the lecture goes over 1 hour until I finish. If you have some engagement, then you go to your engagement or your class, and then watch the lecture recording to get the part that you have missed, because I will continue until I finish what I have in mind. So please stay with me, and I think you will learn more, inshallah. You get exposed to more. Of course, you do not learn everything from the first lecture. You have to study. That's why for every 3 credit hour, this is a 3 credit hour subject, 1 hour is worth or equivalent to 40 or requires 40 study hours. So 3 credit hour means 120 study hours, including the preparation for exam, doing the assignment, studying and everything. So you need to spend more or less tens of hours studying to get the understanding, the minimum understanding. So at least I would say, if not 120 hours, if it's too much or too many hours, at least 50, 60, 70. I know some students really spend time, especially if you do the assignment and you understand the answer that you are doing, I think you will be good. You will be okay, inshallah. But doing the assignment takes time. Don't tell me, it takes long time. Yes, it takes long time, because that's the way to learn. If you do something quickly, it will be forgotten quickly. Okay, number 12, if you miss a lecture or join late, it is your responsibility to catch up with and study the missed material. Especially if you leave after 1 hour because you have to go, then you need to watch the recording and make sure you get everything. Lectures recordings are available. Link should be in your student portal. Okay, you go to your student portal under lecture, under particular week of that subject. So for instance, now we are in I think week 2. Is it week 2 or 3? More. So the lecture will be found under week 2 or week 3, I think, as well as the link to the lecture. All right, so you check under the actual week in which the lecture was given. So because we have the lecture every 2 weeks, so the number of week will not tally with the lecture. So lecture 1 now, I think this is in week 2. Lecture 2, which will be after 2 weeks, will probably be in week 4, something like that. So you need to check under week 3, 4, 5. Some students say, I cannot find it. I checked under week 3. Okay, for God's sake, check under week 4, check under week 5, check under week 2. Maybe it's there. And then they, oh yeah, I found it under week 3 or week 4. I mean, okay, so please spend some time and effort to get the thing done. Okay, 13, you are expected to study immediately. Okay, about this missing the lecture, I forgot to write it here. Suppose one of you misses the lecture because of something happens, some emergency or something unexpected. You cannot attend the lecture. What do you have to do? Number 1, you will be absent. You will be recorded as absent. But I have a way out of this. You watch the lecture, download the lecture, watch the lecture, make a summary, 1-page summary of the lecture, and by hand, write by hand, and make video recording. I did not acquire that, but I think it will be a good idea. At least summary by hand, save it, then send it to me by email. Of course, you need to write on top. This is like lecture 1, I missed this lecture on that day, but then you give your name and the date and stuff, enough information on the answer sheet as well. And in the file name, okay, summary of lecture 1 that I have missed, and then you put your name and the date. Okay, and the subject and semester as I requested earlier. Okay, so this way I will count you as present. So the absence will be removed and you will become present, inshallah. So please make sure you do that. Otherwise, if you miss more than, is it 2 or 3 lectures, you cannot sit for the final exam. And you have to repeat the class, repeat the subject. I hope everybody will pass with high marks, inshallah. Okay, you are expected to study immediately or soon after the class because the information will be still fresh. Do the assignment if given and submit in time. Don't be late because late means 50% deduction at least. Sometimes I reopen the assignment, but 50% is guaranteed less. And if you have, okay, if like 50% normally for the answer, 50% for the video. No video, then you lose 50%. You submit late, you use another 25%. Then you get 25% maximum if your answer is correct and satisfying, which means you probably get 10 or 20 out of 100. You don't want to do that. Please do things on time and do things properly. Okay, the lecture will highlight the main ideas and points, but you will have and you will have to read, study the details, do the examples, practice questions as part of your study. Okay, there are many questions in this book that you need to do. Many of the assignment questions are from the book. The exam will be questions similar to what's in the book. So to the exercises of the chapters, which means if you do the homework assignment well, if you do the questions at the end of the chapter, I think you will guarantee an A, inshallah. And I guarantee that for you. But are you going to do that? That's up to you. Okay, number 15, view the lecture recording at least once or more times to make sure that you did not miss anything. Okay, just guys, please, I want some answers from you. Has any one of you, has anyone been viewing the lectures for recordings? The recordings for lectures for recordings for lectures. Have you? I recommend at least once, like after the class is over, and then you download the recording and watch it. How many has done this before? And how many times? Not only yes, I have done it. No, how many times? How many times do you see every lecture, and how many lectures do you view? Please write in the chat, everybody, my students and others, because all lectures are recorded. So please write in the chat. Do you watch the recordings or you don't bother? Do you watch the recordings? I know some good students do watch at least once, sometimes twice. Some subjects. This one, I think you will need to watch at least twice. You will see why. You will see why. Because when we come to solving the questions, mashallah, when we come to solving the questions, if you see it only one time, it's not enough. You want to see it a second time, a third time. Of course, you do not have to watch the whole lecture a few times, but certain parts, probably the recording, certain parts you really need to watch more than once to learn the idea. Okay, so I'm expecting to see some of your writings in the chat. I will see, because the chat will be saved and I will see it. Those who do not write anything, then I know that you do not bother, which tells me, gives an indication how keen are you to learn? How much are you willing to learn? Or you just want to get just the certificate with low marks? Okay, be my guest. If you graduate with a C and everything, or a very low CGPA, that is up to you. Okay, so I expect to see some answers in the some part before. I have seen this this before. Okay, at least yes, you have to see some parts in here and there in the lectures. Some the stuff that is just talk and you get the idea, then you probably just can see it in the notes, and that may be enough. Okay, number 16, write down the tips, clues, hints that are always given in the lecture. Now, number 17, very important. Do your own work. Do your own work. Copied, pasted material or identical answers among students will result in 0 mark. And I did have students who had the same answer, and I gave them both very low mark. I cannot give 0 because they say, oh, maybe my answer has not been marked. No, I give 1 out of 10. Then they ask why, because some students confessed they admitted copying, and some others said, no, I did not copy, I didn't give to anybody to copy. So whoever was the source or the destination, I mean, both of them get this low mark, very low mark. Okay, so also when the question says, in your own words, please do that. Write in your own words. Don't just copy and paste. You can search for the answer. Sometimes in some subjects, the answers will not be given in detail in the lecture. So you have to dig. You have to go to the book. You have to go to the internet, chat GPT, or its brothers and sisters. Get the idea, get the answer, then process it and write it in your way. Okay, I can tell if you have processed or you've just copied. You just copy, then you get a low mark. One student said, I have answered everything correctly. I said, yes, but it's not your answer. It's just a copy. Then he didn't say anything. Of course, you don't copy and expect to get 100 out of, because for copying. So please make sure you do it honestly, make sure you learn, make sure you put your effort, and make sure you come out with some learning. Learning is very precious. The knowledge is very precious. You need to give it all of you. It will give you some of it, as we say in Arabic. العلم عزيز تعطيه بعض كلك يعطيك بعضه. So you give all of you so much time to study until you start getting knowledge. You cannot get it very quickly. That's why, anyway, number 18, prepare your notes that you have compiled during study and written to help you with the quiz and the exam. This will be very handy. Yeah, because this is an open book type of exam, you're all online. So you can do that. Even some students in the math for the on-campus, I allow them to bring an A4 size sheet with all the formulas on it to use. It's okay, as long as you have the formula and you can use, but you do not have to memorize everything for the formulas. But for you guys, everything is available. Okay, number 19, you must be able to type at good speed. Okay, typing, how fast can you type? At least you need to be able to achieve 30 words per minute with 80% or 90% accuracy. I tested myself when the first time 2 days ago, 3 days ago with my first lecture to the students. After that, I tested myself. One site, I got 51 words per minute with 90% accuracy. That was an easy test. Then I did the medium test with uppercase, lowercase, numbers, punctuation. I got 33 with 100% accuracy because I slowed down. So at least you need to score 30 words per minute in order to be able to type. Okay, even though I will probably give you some questions that are for typing and some questions that have to be done by hand, and some questions that are, you give you the choice to write by hand. But most probably I will ask you to do by hand because I'm afraid that many students will just copy. If you copy, you are in big trouble. If you process and explain in your own way, then I know you put the effort, and then you deserve the good mark, inshallah. Okay, test your typing speed. I will send you a link. Please use it and give me and give us your speed. It doesn't have to be so quick. Some students had 8 words per minute. Within 1 week of practicing, they went up to 10, 15, 16, 20. So the more you practice, the higher you can score. Okay. Ask in the subject. Okay. If you have any question, ask in the subject WhatsApp group about the matters related to the subject. Okay. But if you have some individual case, please ask on the private. All right. But don't hesitate to ask in the group. Sometimes one student she asked in the group. I said, so I sent to her in private. I said, do you want me to answer that question in the group? No. Then why did you ask in the group? Because it was some like private case, some special case. So anything related to the subject, ask in the group. Something related to you or have some circumstances, please send in the private. On the private. Okay, now 21 issues, lowering activity mark and exam, copying basically. No time extension will be given to the assignment. There will be the quiz has to be done on time. I will give you for the quiz. Normally I give you a few hours to do the quiz. Okay, so like let's say from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock Malaysia time. So within this time you have to do the quiz. After the quiz is finished, it cannot be reopened. Assignment I can reopen with 50% deduction. If you would like to have the deduction, okay, just be late and you will get the deduction. You will earn it. Okay. 23, always take snapshot of the full screen if you're answering the quiz, midterm, or final exam. If there's any technical problem, you need to take a snapshot of print screen and show it to prove, you know, what happened. Then you can be given probably a replacement, or I can reconsider. I know one student in the quiz, she had the correct answer for the quiz and the time was not finished yet, but then she had technical problem. So I gave her credit for that particular question because the answer was there correct and the time was still within the right time. Okay, 24, always show your work. Now this is very important. Show your work when calculating the answer. In this subject, there is a lot of calculation, not mathematics, but some method to use. So you need to show your work. Don't just give the final answer. So final answer will probably give you 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5. Show your work. Then if you get the wrong answer, but your method is correct, you get probably 9 out of 10. So always show your work. I don't have to say this in the exam, but you know, when you give you a question and then you just give me one number as the answer, what do you expect? Out of maybe 5, I'll give you only 1 or half. Show your work always. You would get partial mark at least for most of the work, even if it is wrong. Always write semester, subject, assignment name, number, your name and date. Why do I forget the date? Okay, in the assignment, answer, file name, and on the sheet, on the paper itself. For example, okay, just you should have the date as well. No proper file name. Initially, I thought no mark. Then I said, okay, maybe I give 50%. I used to deduct 10%. Some students don't care. They just give me some numbers that relate to nothing. So please give proper file name. Use PDF files. Do you know how to use PDF file? You know how to highlight, you know how to read out loud, let it read out loud. If you don't know, then please ask me. Ask in the group. I explain this to students. You can go to every PDF reader, can read out the text in front of you. Okay, maybe I can show you now. Okay, because I will take some more. Okay, you go to view, this in the Foxit. I think also in the Adobe PDF reader, also I think you need to go to view and then view and read. That's covering that. View, comment. View, read, activate read first. So you activate the reading possibility, and then you again go to view, read from current page. Okay, let's hear.
25, always write the semester, subject, assignment name and your name in the assignment answer file name. For example, Sep 24 Math 4 IT assigned to Ahmed Ali.pdf. No proper file name dash no.
Okay, so
26 using PDF file.
You can control this reading out of the file, so you don't only have to see it, it can read for you. I use this when I'm eating. When I'm eating something and I'm too busy I just want to listen. Also, I use the read out loud extension for the browser to listen to the news as well. While doing something else by hand, I can at least listen. Okay, so this is good, and some students make a good benefit out of this. Okay, 26 using PDF files highlighting. Okay, 27 quiz and exam questions are used similar and modified from the assignment questions I mentioned already. Links to YouTube videos are given must. Okay, now I don't think I will give you links here, but I will encourage you, whatever subject that you want to have some more information about, you can find it in the YouTube. Okay, digital system. If you just put digital logic or digital system or numbers, binary numbers and stuff, you'll find so many videos talking about these things. Okay, always check your spam mail if you're expecting some mail. Sometimes I used to send to students that they say they did not receive, but it was in the spam mail. So make sure you check the spam mail every now and then. You're responsible for all the materials sent to you. Oh, I don't think I will send many. Okay, I will send you the book. I'll give you the link. I think I can share the book with you because it has a lot of highlighting that will help you, inshallah, to study. Okay, class meeting will be every 2 weeks. Okay. Now the class meeting, this class, I think we had some clash with some students, and the proper time that we found is the original time. So it will be on 2 to 3 p.m. on Tuesdays. I think I put the days, yes, here. Today is supposed to be 25, but because we had some activity, I had to postpone. But these are the remaining dates: 11 March, 25 March, and so forth. Okay, so these are the dates. If there's any change, I will inform you, inshallah. Where was I? Always check spam mail, materials, class meeting. Okay, check the course WebEx link, date and time for the. Okay, I will also, I think, put the dates in the group description. Please remind me to do that. Also, if you are in doubt, always ask. But the meetings, class meetings, will be every 2 weeks, not every week. Okay, every 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks. That's why I tend to take more than the hour, because I want to finish the subject that I have prepared. Okay, lecture recording link will be available after 24 hours. I mentioned this already. You will read this also, so you will understand it better, inshallah. You will read it out loud and record it, send it to me to make sure that you have done that. If you don't, you will lose marks for assignment 1. Please always reply to my email message, okay, so that I know you have received it. Always be specific. Okay, when you say I have a problem, we have problem Houston. Remember in the space, you know, the astronauts. Okay, so if you have a problem, always be specific. I have a problem with assignment 1, this question, that. So be specific, please. Okay, learn to be specific. Make the life of the person you're asking easier, so that you can be helped, instead of having to ask you, what do you mean? What is this? What? So always try to be as specific as possible. It's not like social chatting, you know, on social platforms where you send only a picture. What do you mean with this picture? Give enough text with the picture. Okay, always, or at least explain in text. Always be proactive. Okay, help others. When someone asks in the group, please, if you know, answer them. And some of my students are, mashallah, really very good. Someone asks question, immediately somebody will answer, because someone missed something, or he doesn't know something, or didn't attend the class, doesn't know about these instructions. Somebody will respond. Please respond to them and help one another. All right, not in the exam, only in the group. Okay, someone has a problem, then you give an advice, or you give your experience. I cannot do this. Then you say, okay, I have done this and this and this and that, and this is the way it worked with me. So maybe that can help the student. Okay, once you join the class meeting, your audience will be recorded, attendance will be recorded. Oh, about reading, also reading these instructions. Some students, when they read, they pronounce it wrongly. Please pronounce it correctly. So don't just skip over it without knowing what it means or what it stands for. Okay, so pronounce it correctly, articulate it correctly, say it out properly. Okay, so that you make sure, so that you get the meaning correct. Use Cam Scanner app. This is available in the Android and the Apple store, so you can download it, and it's free. Okay, or similar, but this will give you a good clear picture. It will realign it, make it clear, make it focus. The lighting will be adjusted. If it's tilted, it will be correct, and the size will be small. You can take several pictures for one file, and they all be, you say, scan to PDF, then it will scan until you say finish or end, and the file will be small in size relatively. So it will be like a few hundreds of kilobytes, not even meg, or a few meg. Okay, Tuesday 2 to 3 p.m. will be our class, starting the week after next, which is going to be 11 of March. Then we have another lecture, and then 4 of 8 will be the midterm exam. Okay, I think that time maybe or around it. If there is some special occasion or holiday, then we will modify, but when the time comes. I think this will be during the Eid. So I'm not sure when the Eid will be, but like first 2 days or 3 days for the Eid, and then we have class as usual. Okay. So this is my email address that you need to send you to share your video recording with. Okay. The sharing is explained in the instructions that's given with the assignment. Show your presence in the chat at the beginning and at the end, so that I know you have been there and you are interacting. Be proactive. and take the initiative and also show that you are there. Reply to my questions during the class meeting when I ask. Alhamdulillah, some of you are already answering. The others need to also be more coming forward. Okay, marking. We have 3 quizzes, each one is 5 marks. 3 assignments, each one is 5 marks. Then midterm exam 20 and final exam 50%. So this is the distribution of the marks for the system, for the subject. Now this doesn't work anymore. They have blocked this. May they be okay. So this link used to give any book that you're looking for, you can find it there. So many books, so many papers, so many magazines, so many things. So because knowledge should be free for everybody, but then at least we're not using it for any business. We use it only for learning, and normally this is allowed, but anyway, so this used to be on there. There are other mirrors. I tried the IS, libgen.is. This used to work still. Hopefully it is still working. Okay, so these are other resources: YouTube, the internet, the ChatGPT, the famous ChatGPT, and the DeepSea is the latest one, which is also as good, they say. I tried it. I think ChatGPT is still better than DeepSea. The paid one, of course. The DeepSea, the free one, I ask questions, too busy, try again. So because the question was difficult, it required a lot of processing. Okay, so program learning outcome. This is program learning outcomes that you're expected to be able to do, able to explain computer science, whatever. All these things you are expected to have at the end of your degree. So this is called program. Program meaning the IT program. When you finish, you should have all of these abilities, inshallah. For this particular class, particular subject, we have the course learning objective. Course learning objective, you need to be able to describe fundamental digital circuit stuff. You need to read this, explain functionalities or basic building blocks, apply. Okay, I need to modify this. Apply lab equipment. We don't have lab equipment. We have a simulator, which we will be using, inshallah. And I will give you, you can go to the YouTube. I'll probably show you, it's a very simple simulator for design for logic gates that we'll be using instead of the lab equipment. This subject is basically actually for engineering and for IT, for both. For engineering, we use lab, used to use lab. For IT, of course, we just use simulator. Also for the engineering, we use simulator as well. Okay, then you'll be able to, okay, this needs to be modified. Okay, analysis of simple logic circuit. Yes, you need to do that. So this will have to be modified. Okay, I don't always read them. I just leave them to you to read. But this is logic circuits, not electronic, because it's just the symbolized, the symbolic circuit. Okay. Textbook that we'll be using is this majestic book. Digital Systems, Principles and Applications by these 3 guys. We call them Toxi. I think that's how they call it in Italian. Toxi or Toci, whatever. So this is what we'll be covering. Introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Okay, chapter 6, chapter 5. Once I covered it partially, but we didn't have time to continue, and then later on we didn't cover. So I think, I'm not sure, chapter 5 probably we cannot reach. Chapter 7, I don't think we can reach. So it's probably 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, part of chapter 6 that we'll be covering, inshallah. Okay, so done with this instruction to students. Please make sure you will see in assignment number 1 that you need to read the instructions to students and make an audio recording. You can record it with your handphone. Okay, make sure you name the file correctly, and then you can send it by email if the size is not that big, or you can share it from your G drive. Okay, yes, inshallah, of course. I will send you the instructions. I will send you the book. I will send you whatever I cover here. I will send to you, inshallah, immediately after the class or within the same night, inshallah, within the same day. If I forget, if I get busy and don't do that, please always remind me in the group. Thank you very much. Okay, digital systems. Okay, let's jump quickly. So please, guys, if you have any if you have any class at 3 o'clock or you have anything, then you are free to go silently. Okay, you don't have to say anything. Just say, write in the chat, I have to go for my other class, and then go. But please make sure you download the recording and go through it. Okay, I need to jump. Okay, now this book is very nice. Normally, whenever you get any book, you need to look at the material in the front. Preface, introduction. See, this is one of the boards, development board or training boards that are used by the engineering. But even though it's not difficult, it's simple, because there's an experiment and there's instructions how to connect what to what, and then write a program and download to this, and then it will do things. You connect other devices from these. Okay, so this is another board as well, which has an LCD that you can see the output on. But we will not. Please go to the beginning material. Okay, I will need to jump to chapter 1, because chapter 1 is still an overview of digital systems, which we will also be using in chapter 2 as well. Okay, chapter 1, continue with chapter 2 as well. Okay, introduction to digital systems. Okay, so many things. Need to jump quickly. Okay, digital systems. Introductory concepts. These are the numeric representation stuff. Okay, we'll come to them one by one. Okay, read these objectives. After you go over the material, come back to this, and then you will see that we have covered all. Okay, now digital circuits and digital techniques. We know what when we say digital, this is versus analog. Okay, digital versus analog. Previously, everything used to be analog. Analog means it doesn't come in digits. It doesn't come in 1 and 0. Digital means 2 states, 0 and 1, high and low, true and false, which is the logic. Also, if you have studied this in programming, the Boolean, right, or bool, it's true or false. Okay, so digital here, it's only 2 states, which is actually instead of being continuous, analog means continuous, digital means discrete. Discrete means you have certain values, not continuous values throughout. Okay, so this is the main thing. Now, digital technology has become, so advanced that, it has become very easy. We see the differences and the advantages of digital systems. Digital system now, all the hand phone, the computer, the keyboard, every device, the scanner, everything that we have is digital. The light is analog. The air conditioner is both, actually. The settings is digital. The fan, we don't have a ceiling fan. I have another table fan, that's analog. Well, is it analog? Actually, the current varies. Anything that is varies, which changes continuously, then that is analog. If something changes abruptly, like we have, for instance, the fan setting, you set it to 1 speed, 1, 2, 3. This is digital. You have a watch, or that watch or digital watch, which says digit 1, 2, 3. It doesn't go 1.111 or 1.000. If it goes in fraction and it's continuous with all those small fractions, then that is showing the analog. Okay, so analog representation is continuously changing, proportional to the indicator. Just like for instance, your car petrol indicator. Okay, it shows, do you have full or empty or in between? It goes smoothly, it goes up or down. This is analog representation, just like the analog clock. My clock is analog. Oh, no, my clock has an hour and minute and second indicator, but the second indicator does not move like continuously. It jumps every second. If it jumps, then it is digital. Okay, because it jumps into certain positions, so that is digital representation. Okay, thermometer that measure the temperature, it is analog. Okay, so if the small changes can be measured and seen, then that is analog. So small, okay, so the change, whatever change happens that can be still indicated, that is analog representation. For instance, microphone, there will be, like I'm talking through the microphone, my voice, which is the air pressure coming out of my mouth, generates a current in the microphone that is, makes a voltage also, and this is proportional to my loudness of my voice. So this is always changing. This is analog. Microphone is always analog. Of course, in order to get into the computer, it has to be digitized. It has to go through analog to digital converter to make it ones and zeros so that it's easier to be manipulated by the CPU. Okay, so please read these highlighted parts. They are very important. So can vary over continuous range of values. This is analog. Digital representation, like a digital clock, it jumps. It has certain digits. It has discrete values. Okay, so discrete steps. So analog is continuous. Digital is discrete, step by step. For instance, if you have the, what is it? The time that you have on the handphone, you can see it in numbers. The even temperature representation in the handphone or in the, or on the computer, it shows you the digit. It doesn't change a little bit, it just when the change becomes big, then it jumps. This is digital representation or discrete representation. Okay, let's see which of these following. There are many examples and also review questions that you need to go over in these chapters. Which of the following involves analog quantity and which is digital? We'll say, okay, 10 position switch. See, these are fixed positions, digital. Current flowing from the electrical outlet, current out of the wall to the device. The current actually varies according to the use. So current is always analog. Temperature of the room, temperature is not fixed. It keeps changing up and down, depending on, for instance, outside now we have the sun. So the temperature is heating up, but again, with the air conditioner, it is being reduced. So it's a combination of the two. So the temperature is always analog. Most or all natural phenomena are analog because they change continuously. Okay, now this one is tricky. Sand grains on the beach. Can we count the sand grains? If you have enough patience, yes, because every grain or piece of sand is one piece, so you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Of course, there may be billions or trillions on that beach only, but if someone were to count them, they can count them. So this is digital. Okay, automobile fuel gauge, the fuel gauge indicator, because you have a float in the or whatever system they are using, which is proportional to the amount of fuel or benzene that you have in the fuel tank. Now the gauge is the indicator. In my car, it is digital. It shows like 8 bars. Sometimes it shows percent, but in digits. This is digital. If it is a moving indicator, that is analog. Okay, so I covered the answers. So this one, automobile fuel gauge, depends on the kind of car. So when you ask a question, you need to explain. All right, for instance, the wind or the wind speed indicator. The wind is analog. Wind speed indicator, it can be analog if it is like moving indicator, or it can be, if it is digital, it shows the number in digits, then that is digital. The phenomena is always analog. For instance, the height. How high is the plane? That is analog, because the plane cannot have a fixed height. Because of the air, it goes up and down slightly, so continuously changing. This is analog. But the altitude meter, if it is with this indicator, it is analog. If it has a number, then it is digital. Okay, so all phenomena, natural phenomena, are analog. Okay, now digital system. Okay, I think I will not go over all of these. It's just some talk. Okay, which you just read. Okay, advantages of digital techniques. Okay, light dimmer. Some houses, some places, you have this switch where you can adjust the lighting of the room. You can make it dimmer. So this is if it is rotating smoothly, then it is analog. Just like if you I don't think you have radios, guys. Any one of you has a radio with a rotary knob? Anybody? Any rotary knob, that is analog, because that is continuously can change. Okay, now advantage of digital techniques. This is very important. Digital systems are generally easier to design because now technology is so advanced, easy to design the digital systems, and also many components are available. Information storage is easy because to save the information now with the We have the USB, we have the hard disk, we have the CD or DVD disk, and because of technology, it has been much easier. Previously, analog was so difficult. I don't know how they used to do it in analog to save the information. But anyway, information storage is easier with digital. Accuracy and precision are easier to maintain. Easy to program. Computer is digital, so easy to program. Can you program some analog computer? I think some people are trying to do an analog computer, but they are just like putting bricks in the sea. I think it's so difficult compared to the ease of doing some things in digital. Operation can be programmed. Digital circuits are less affected by noise. Noise has less effect on digital systems because, as we will see, the digital considers two cases, high or low. The high has a range and the low has a range. So if there was some noise which would change the value within the same range, it is tolerable. So, but for the analog, if the value changes because of noise, it's changed already. So it is more affected by noise. Number 6, more digital circuitry can be fabricated in IC chips. The IC chip, okay, this USB has an IC inside, the flash ROM. It's very easy to fabricate. Inside, okay, let me talk about the CPU. I think I talked about this before. The CPU, the microprocessor for the computer. Now, this is, I'm not sure whether it's i3. My laptop has, I think, i5, i7, i5. 7 or 5, I'm not sure. These, okay, we say more digital circuitry can be fabricated, meaning how many transistors? Because transistors are the magic component. Transistor is the magic component. How many transistors are there in one microprocessor? How many? Can you guess? Billions of transistors. If you buy one transistor, it will be the size of the habbatul adas, more or less, normally if you buy it. Now, of course, you have the surface mount, which is smaller than probably a quarter of a piece of rice transistor. But this is still very huge. This is still in the millimeters. Transistor can be done in the size of nanometer, not milli, not micro, but in nano, which is part of a billion. So many can be integrated within the same IC, which means you can do, there can be a lot of functionality. Even the speed of those CPUs, they can process up to billions of instructions per second. Can you imagine it? Billions of instructions per second, the CPU. I don't know how they have reached this technology. Of course, we know the progression with time, but I mean, how could they manage to do it with that miniaturization? So small. Anyway, this is the digital era, which was since the early 2000s, or even in the 90s. 80s, of course, in the 80s. Anyway, that's another thing. So it doubles every year. Number of transistors, they say, doubles every year, or even more than that. Okay. Limitations: to use the real world is analog. So in order to use it, you have to convert to digital, then process with the computer or computerized equipment, and then convert back to analog to give the output. Okay, or the output also can be in digital as well. So you have to always have, for instance, this temperature control system. We have the input where you set the desired temperature, just like remote control. Okay, or the controller. You put on the key in the number of the temperature that you want. That is input into a digital processor which controls the system. Digital processor will give the control signal to, because the signal is in digital, we need to convert it to analog. So to have digital to analog converter. This digital to analog converter controls this heat element. So the heat element will heat more or less according to the signal. The signal is higher or lower. Then the heat will be sensed by a sensor. The sensor is analog, senses the heat. Heat is analog. It senses it in analog. It will generate voltage, also analog voltage, according to the heat value. This voltage has to be, which is analog, has to be converted to digital. So we have analog to digital converter. Then that digital value will be input or fed back to the digital processor compared with the setting, then decide to give more signal or less signal, higher or lower signal to digital to analog converter, convert it to the heating element. Of course, this controls the power going to the heating element. It's not direct to the heating element. It's going to the power connected to the heating element to go higher or low. So see, we have to have D to A and A to D, digital to analog conversion, and A to D, ADC, we call it, analog to digital converter, or DAC, digital to analog converter. So it has to be converted to be processed and also to be proper to the environment that it is going to. All right. So this is one of the drawbacks. Actually, they say drawback. It's not really a drawback. You have to do this. Life is not always 1 + 1 = 2. You have to do some manipulation. That's why life is so nice. You know, have to do things. You know, to work with things. Okay. So this is an analog system. Okay. Magnetic levitation, meaning to levitate, to raise it in the air. System suspending, globe suspended, magnetic levitation, and steel plate inserted, okay, with this one so that it can be levitated, and then a hammer. Now, this is it analog or digital? It can be either one. The controller can be either one. So here it measures the distance with this. I mean, in other words, it keeps this the globe ball. Globe means the world. Okay, levitated or high in the air, not touching anything, because it has a metal plate, I think metal plate around it, or just like a cup probably, so that it is lifted with just enough power so that it remains in the air. So this is a magnet. So magnet will just give electromagnet, give proper power to the magnet to generate magnetism to attract this metal plate up. Anyway, so this is a controller. Likewise, we have this, you know, the hammer, the what do you call it? Shakush. Also, because it's metal, it can be done also the same thing. So this can be digital control and analog controller as well. Magnetic levitation. Yes, please. Okay, now we still, the fun part is not yet. This is all the beginning. Fun part when we come to the numbers. Okay, now future is digital. We know everything has, you know, is digital. In the car, we have many digital systems that control the controller for the aircon, for the heat, for the wipers, for the lighting, for the tire pressure. For different cars have different microcontrollers within the car. Some cars, the new cars, I mean the high-end cars that are most expensive, they have tens of microcontrollers. Everything has a microcontroller. Even ignition has a microcontroller. Pump has everything has a microcontroller that will control it. Okay. Now, digital number systems. This is the basis for everything that we do. It is all digital. Okay. Digital means 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Okay. Now, let's look at decimal number. We have number system, we have decimal number system, which is what we always do. We use it every day. Decimal number system, 1 to 10. 1 to 10, 0 to 9, as we will see. Not 1 to 10, we say 1 to 10. It's 0 to 9. We have the binary, 0 and 1. We have the hexadecimal, which is from 0 to 15. We have the octal. I think octal, we don't cover it here. I used to cover it in the engineering, but anyway. So octal is 0 to 7. Octa is 8, so 0 to 7. Decimal is 10, so 0 to 9. Binary is 2, so 0 to 1. Bi means 2. Okay, so decimal system. How does the decimal system work? So here we will have a review of something that you already know. Oh, the camera was off. I just noticed. You want to see me or to keep it off better? I thought because sometimes I want to show my, you know, my expressions. All right. I just noticed it was off. Has it been off the whole time? Anyway, you need to look at what I'm reading, what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so decimal systems. Now, this number is decimal, right? Okay, make it bigger. 2745, 2745.214. behind the decimal point. Okay, now this is a decimal number. What does it consist of? So, oh, we already know this. Why are we studying this again? No, we need to look at it from a different angle, different point of view. Okay, now we look at the 5. This 5 ones, right? This is 4 tens. This is 7 hundreds. And this is 2 thousands. We already know this, right? That's why we say 2,745, right? Then this is 214. 214 or 214, I think it's 214. We can say 214 behind the decimal point. Okay, now each position has a weight. This 5 is ones. The weight is ones. The 4 is tens. The weight is 10. The next position is hundreds. Next position is thousands. You already know this, right? Yes, I know you know it. Okay, now we need to write it in an expanded form. Expanded form. So we'll say the 2 times 1,000, 7 times 100, 4 times 10, 5 times 1. And okay, now the way to show this now, 1 is basically we use the base of the number system. So the decimal is base 10. The binary is base 2. The hexadecimal is base 16. Okay, so we look at the base 10. This is ones, which is 10 to the power 0. The 10 is 10 to the power 1. 100 is 10 to the power 2. 1,000 is 10 to the power 3. Right? So we write it as 2 times 10 to the power 3 plus 7 times 10 to the power 2 according to the position weight, plus 4 times 10 to the power 1 plus 5 times 10 to the power 0. Plus, now see here we go from decimal point to the left, we go power 1, sorry, power 0, 1, 2, 3. So power 0, 1, 2, 3. We go to the other side. So we go from power 3 to 1, 0, minus 1 when we cross the power, the decimal point. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So this is 2 times 10 to the minus 1, plus 1 times 10 to the minus 2, plus 4 times 10 to the minus 3. Okay, so we need to write it like this. All right, this is expanding the number to show the weight of the position. Okay, so likewise here we have 2745.214. This with the weight of this position is ones 10 to the power 0. This is 10 to the power 1 because 10 is the base. 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 3. After this point, we start with power minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, if you are looking, you understand. If you're not looking, then why are you here? You have to be looking to understand. This is very, very important. You need to do this in the quiz and in the assignment and in the exam. All right? Because you need to understand this in order to understand the binary and the hexadecimal. All right? So does this sound understood? Does it look easy to understand? Anybody? Anyone? Or is it difficult? You are afraid to answer to say difficult? It's easy. Okay, it's easy, right? Because we know decimal. This is just we break it down into the weight of the position. All right. Now we need to be to understand how this is done. So we multiply the number by the weight of the position using the base. So this is 5 times 10 to the power 0 because this is base 10 number. This is decimal number. How do we know it's decimal number? Because it has 2, 4, 5, 7. If it's binary, it will have only ones and zeros. Okay. If it's hexadecimal, I have to tell you this is a hexadecimal number because the treatment is different. Because it has 0 to 15, which is 0 to 9, just like the decimal, plus it will have A, B, C, D, E, F, for the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right? Hexadecimal will be next time. This time we'll talk about decimal and the binary, inshallah. So this is the way to go, all right? So this is, we call this the most significant digit, which is the strongest. This is the least significant digit. So the one on the leftmost is the most significant. The one to the rightmost is the least significant, all right? So is my voice clear when I move away from the mic? Is it still clear? Sometimes I move my head like this. Now, is it still clear when I talk like this? Guys? Guys? Adnan? Yes, okay, thank you. That's why I'm using this mic, even better than my headphone mic. This mic is good, but it is cannot be removed, cannot be moved. Okay, so this is the decimal number breakdown, all right, or expansion. Okay, we expand it by multiplying by the weight of the position. Okay, so here we have 10 to the power 0 after decimal point, 10 to the power 0, 10 to the power 1, 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 3, or we say 1, 10, 100, and 1000. I also use it this way. Going to the right, to the power minus 1, to the power minus 2, to the power minus 3, and continues. Okay, because we have only 3 digits there, so it's only until 10 to the minus 3. You know, decimal counting, we know how to count. Let's look at it again. So for decimal numbers are 0 to 9. It's base 10, which has the numbers 0 to 9. So 0 to 9 counting. Then when we go after 9, we go back to 0. Then we have 1 on the next position, the tens. Then we continue counting, continue increasing. The 0 goes again to 9. And again, we go to 0 with 1 carried to the next, becomes 2. Then we continue counting until we reach 9, and after that, the 9 goes back to 0, and then we have 1 added to the next position. You know this already, right? But you need to remember the mechanism, how this is done. It's very important. Okay, when we go to the hexadecimal. Okay, also this carry, because when we say counting, what does counting mean? Counting means add 1. Right? Unless we say count in twos. We say like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. No, we always count in 1. Right? We count in 2s and 3s in games. You know, we used to do these games. Okay, but counting means you add 1. Subtracting, when you say subtract, we always subtract 1. When you say subtract, it always subtract 1, unless we specify. When we say count, means add 1 or increment. Increment, add 1, decrement, subtract 1, right? You know this already. You know this already from the programming, right? Increment, add 1, decrement, subtract 1, right? So this continues until we reach 99. Then we add another 1 because 9 goes to 0, add 1 plus 9 goes to 0, add plus 1, so it becomes 100, all right? So you know this inherently, right? Because we have already been using this for like more than 80 years, each one of us, right? How old are you? 80 plus? Okay, so this is the counting in decimal, all right? So now we say what is the last or largest number that can be represented with this number of decimal. Okay, so this is 10 to the power n. If we say for 2 digits, what is the largest number that can be displayed with 2 digits decimal? So that's 10 to the 2 minus 1. 10 to the power 2, that's 100. 100 numbers altogether. From 0 to 99, they are 100, because 0 counts. If we say 1 to 99, that's all 99. But with the 0, they become 100. So the largest number is 10 to the power n minus 1. Okay, n is the number of digits. 10 is the base of the number system that we are using. So if we say for hexadecimal, what is the largest number? For 2 digits hexadecimal, that will be 16 to the power 2 minus 1, because we start always with 0. We always start with 0. 0 counts. Not the 0 money, of course, but 0 everything else. 0 money doesn't count. Okay, so that is all about decimal so far. Now let's go to binary. Now binary system, binary bi means 2. So this is base 2 number system. All right. So base 2 number system, which means we have 2 different numbers, 2 different digits. That is the 0 and the 1. The 0 and 1. So the 0 and the 1 meaning being high, 0 being low. Usually it can be the other way around, but most of the time we just use 0 for low, 1 for high. 0 for false, 1 for true. what else can we say? Okay, 0 and 1. 0 means 0 volt, 1 means 5 volt most of the time. Okay, there are of course the differences, but this is what we always use with binary system. Okay, now binary system has two symbols. They are 0 and 1. Compared to quantum numbers, I was just going through quantum numbers, which we don't have to cover here, but it's very interesting. Quantum numbers are very interesting. Please, if you're interested, go and ask ChatGPT, tell me a little bit about quantum numbers. There are quantum computers which are much faster than the normal computers, but still they are not doing everything. They are specialized, doing one thing, but at many times the speed. But that's for only that application. They still need to generalize its use. Okay, as far as I know. Okay, so let's see. Now this page will have a lot to go over. This page. Okay, let's see. We have this number. This number 1011.101 binary number. Okay. Normally we put subscript of 2. Where is it? Do I have it here? I should have. Anyway, so you either say this is a binary number, or when we write the number and put in parentheses with small 2 subscript, meaning this is base 2 number. Okay, so we know now this is binary. Binary means 0 and 1. Now each position has a value. The value of the first position after the binary point is 2 to the power 0, the base to the power 0. Then the next one will be 2 to the power 1. Next will be 2 to the power 2. Next will be 2 to the power 3. All right. To the right of the decimal, to the right of the binary point, we have 2 to the power 1. Value of the position. 2 to the power minus 1, sorry. Then 2 to the power minus 2. Then 2 to the power minus 3, and continues. So the value of this place will be this digit multiplied by this. So this is 1 times 2 to the power 0, which is 1 times 1. Plus 1 times 2 to the power 1, which is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. This is 0. This is 1 times 10. 0 times 2 to the power 2 is 0. 1 times 2 to the power 3, which is 8. So this is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 8. That is 11. So the value in decimal is 11. How do we know the value in decimal? We multiply the number times the weight of the position. Okay, so this is 11. Let me write that. So this is 11 point what? Let's see. Here we have 1 times 2 to the minus 1. 2 to the minus 1 is half, which is half. Then this is 2 to the minus 2, which is 1/4, 1 over 2 square. 2 to the power minus 2 is actually 1 over 2 to the power 2, which is 1/4. 0 times 1/4 is 0. Here, this 2 to the minus 3, this is also 1 over 8, because this is 1 over 2 to the power 3, which is 2 to the power 3 is 8. So 1 over 8, which is 0.125. So this is 0.5 plus 1.25. So 0.625. So this is 0.625, right? This is the value of this number. Okay. So to convert from binary to decimal, we multiply each digit position times the weight of that position. Okay. So this is the way to it. We say 1 times 2 to the power 0 plus 1 times 2 to the power 1 plus 0 times 2 to the power 2 plus 1 times 2 to the power 3 plus 1 times 2 to the minus 1 plus 0 times 2 to the minus 2 plus 1 times 2 to minus 3. Okay. Now this, since this is already 1 and this is 2, this is 4, this is 8. Okay, 2 to the power 0 is 1. 2 to the power 1 is 2. 2 to the power 2 square is 4. 2 to the power 3 is 8. And we continue. So we can just say this is 1, 2, 4, 8, which is the easy way to use it. The easy way, which is actually every time the power, the number doubles. See, 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, then becomes 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. 16, 3, 8, 4. You can continue, but just double. Okay, so this is the way to go. All right, is this understood? Is this easy to understand? Of course, you need to focus, you need to be careful, but do you understand? Amigos, guys, anybody with me, or you all? Of course, I know it may take you a little bit of time to answer, but this is very important. Yes, very important. Okay, so now that we know this, we just do more of the same thing. Do more of the same thing. What is the value of this? Let's say we have 10101 binary. Of course, we assume, okay, we assume there is the binary, sorry, next. We assume the binary point is there. So this will be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 value. So we have 1 plus 4 plus 16. Okay, because these are ones. The zeros don't count. So we count the ones that are 1 times its power. It's a value of the position. So we always, the easy way to do it, instead of using the power of the number 2 there, of the base, we just use 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. On the fraction side, we use half, quarter, 1 over 8, 1 over 16, 1 over 32. Okay, easier to calculate. So this will be 1 plus 4 plus 16. 16 plus 4, 20 plus 1, 21. So this is 21. So this binary number is equal to 21 decimal. All right. Okay, another one. Binary 1, 1. Binary 1 will say this is 1 and 2, 3. So this is 3. Okay, because 1, 1. So we have 1, 2. Always, whenever you want to find the value of any binary number, you put this 1, 2, 4, 8 on top of the binary numbers. Binary digits that is the same as I've done here. Okay, let's look at this. This is 1110. What is binary? What is the decimal value? So we put on top of it, this is 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is 2 plus 4 plus 8. 2 plus 8, 10 plus 4, 14. So this is 14 decimal. Okay, so let's say we have binary 111. Again, this is 1, 2, 4. 1 plus 2 plus 4. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4, 7. So this is 7. Okay. Now, this binary 1010, always read it from the left. 1010. How much is it in decimal? We put on top of it 1, 2, 4, 8. If we have more digits, we put, okay, like this one. Okay, we'll come to it. So this is, the 0 doesn't count. So we have 2 plus 8. That is 10. So this is equal to 10 decimal. Now this one, binary 10111. 10111. What is the value of this in decimal? So we put the numbers, the value of each position on top. This value is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 16. 16 plus 4, 20, plus 2, 22, plus 1, 23. So this is 23. Okay. So binary is not difficult. Okay, let's look at this one. This one. Now, this is again, I didn't try it on top. Let's see if we can do it without. Of course, you should always, in the assignment, in the exam, you always write above the binary number its value, the value of each position. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8, so that it's easy to calculate. If you do like this, like I have done here, well, this is if you are really very good in binary conversion to decimal, you don't want to do that. Maybe you probably don't do it, but you should always use 1, 2, 4. So let's see here. This is 11110. So this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 8, 14 plus 16, 30. So this is 30. Of course, in the exam, you cannot do this. You have to put 1, 2, 4, 8 on top. Then I will accept. But if you just do 11101 is equal to 30, only like that, you get maybe a quarter of the mark. unless you put the value on top of each 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. If you don't do that, you have to do that. This is your work that you have to show. All right. So you need to also memorize the multiplications of 2. You're starting with 1 and then double every time. So that is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Even I think you will need to go up to 1024. All right. More than that, probably will not give you a very large number. Okay. Now suppose this number is given. This is a binary number. This is 11011101. 11011101. This is a binary number. What is its decimal value? What is the decimal value of this binary number? Again, you can put below 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 61. So this is actually 1 plus 4 plus 8 plus 32 plus 64. Okay, let's see. 64 plus 32 is 96. 96 plus 4, 100 plus 8 and 2, 10, 11. Sorry, no 2 there. No 2 there. Okay, let's go back. 96 plus 32, that, sorry, 64 plus 32, this is 96, right? 2 plus 4, 6, 3 plus 6, 9, 96 plus 400 plus 808 plus 109. So this is 109. Right? How can you verify your answer? How can you verify your answer? The clock comes to help. You know, in your computer, there's a clock. Okay, let me show you. Let me open it first. I thought I had it in the tray there. Okay. Clock calculator. I said clock calculator. Calculator. I think I was saying clock because I use the clock very often. Okay. Calculator. Let's let it open. Okay, and then I will shift to it. Okay, let me stop this and then share the calculator. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Okay, now can you see the calculator? Yes, no? Can you see the calculator, guys? Yes, I think I have. Okay, now see the numbers here. What we want to do is we want to see the number system. So we go to we don't want the scientific calculator. We want the programmer calculator. So here we have decimal, octal, binary, and hexadecimal. Okay. So if we say decimal, okay, let's select decimal. This already selected decimal. If we go to binary, select the binary. So we go to decimal. Decimal 9. Decimal 9 is 1001 in binary, 9 in hex, 11 in octal. Forget about octal. It's very interesting actually, but we don't use it here. Right? So if we say like 20 decimal, okay, let's clear that. Clear all. 20 decimal is 00010100 binary. 20. Hexadecimal is 14, 14, not 14. Not 14. It is 14. When we say 14, that means decimal. This is 14 because the 4 is times 16 to the power 0 plus 1 times 16 to the power 1, which is 16 plus 4, that is 20. Okay, that's how we go from hexadecimal to decimal. We will see it later. So this is the way you check your answer. For instance, you want to go to binary and say 111. Okay, it always shows in 4 multiples of 4, but it's 111. Binary. How much is it in decimal? 7. If we say 1111, 4 ones binary, how much is it in decimal? 15. In hexadecimal, it is F. We come to hex later, inshallah, next time. Okay, so the calculator you can use to check your answer. All right, because if you don't have a calculator, at least you need to know by doing it in your head or with the help of some paper and pen. Okay, so now this again shows you what we have done. This is 1011, 1011, 101, 101. Okay, this is binary. See this small 2 there, subscript. This means this is a binary system. So what do we do? To convert to decimal, we expand it to know the actual. Oh, it's the same number. See, 11.625. I forgot totally about this. Okay, so how do we expand it? So this is, we start from the left. This is this to the power 1 to the power 0 to the power 1 to the power 2 to the power 3. So this one is times 2 to the power 3 plus 0 times 2 to the power 2 plus 1 times 2 to the power 1 plus 1 times 2 to the power 0. Plus now to the right of the binary point, the fractions there. 1 times 2 to the minus 1 plus 0 times 2 to the minus 2 plus 1 times 2 to the minus 3. Then you find the value of this. So this is 8, 4, 2, 1. We don't have 4 there because multiplied by 0. So we have 8 plus 2 plus 1 plus half, quarter we don't have, then 1 over 8, which is 0.128. So then we add them up. This is the answer. To check your answer, you always use the calculator to double check your answer. It is very important that you double check your answer. All right. So now I have some practice values for you to go over. Okay. So just follow the same method. Do it by hand. In the homework, you will have many questions to practice on, inshallah. All right. Now, so if this is binary, okay, this is binary, this is decimal. Let me write decimal versus binary. Okay, so 1 decimal is 1 binary, 3 decimal is 1 binary. We know this is 1 because this is 1 and 2 to the power 0 is 1, 2 to the power 2 is 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 is 7. 1 is 15. 3 ones is 31. 5 ones is 31. 6 ones is 63, and so forth. All right. After some time, I will show you a quick way to tell the value of the all ones. All ones. But after you have some experience, some practice with the binary, inshallah. So this equivalent value. Okay, binary calculus, let's say 0 plus 0 gives us 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. How do you put the 2 in binary? This is 1, 0. Binary. Okay, so this is 0 times 2 to the power minus 0 plus 1 times 2 to the power 2, which is 2. So, or this is 1, 2. The 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. So this is 2. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So the 1 plus 1 actually is 0 with 1 carry to the next position. This is the way we do it. If you have more than 1 digit, so 0, 1 plus 1 is 0 with 1 carry to the next position. All right. But 0 plus 1 or 0 plus 0 just goes straight down. Okay. So this is how we write the numbers. So this is 0, 0 is 0 if 2 digit. This is if 1 digit, 2 digit binary. So, or 2 bits. When we talk about binary, we can say 2 bits. We can also say a digit, it's all right, but mostly because binary is the smallest thing, we call it a bit, right? So 0, 1 is 1, 1, 0 is 2, 1, 1 is 3. What is 4? We have to add 1 to the 3 to become 4. So if we add 1, 1 plus 1, 0, with 1 carry. 1 plus 1, 0, 1 carry becomes 0. So 4 is 1, 0, 0. This is 4. This is 4 because we have to have 3 bits for the 4. Okay. So if we have only 1 bit, it's 0 or 1. If we have 2 bits, it can be 0, 1, 2, or 3. If we have 3 bits, it will go from 0 to 7, which is 2 to the power number of digits. We said 2 to the power 3, 3 bits will be 8. That's 8 minus 1. 7 is the largest value. So with 3 bits, we'll go from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 to all zeros on the left until 3. Then when we reach 4, it will be 1, 0, 0. This is 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. So no ones, no twos, only 1, 4 there. So the value is 4 in decimal. 1, 0, 1. So this is 1, 2, 4, 5 value. 0, 1, 2. Sorry. Sometimes, okay. Let's go back for the 5. 1, 2, 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1, 2, 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1, 2, 4. 1 plus 2 plus 4, 7. This is 7. 3 bits. How about 4 bits? We will go up to 4 bits in counting. This is the 4 bits given to make our life easier. So if we have 1 bit, it's 0 or 1. If we have 2 bits, it's 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, which is 0 to 3. Okay. If we have 3 bits, it goes from 0, 0, 0 until 1, 1, 1, which is 0 to 7. If we have 4 bits, it goes from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, until we reach 1, 1, 1, 1. All these combinations. Okay. So I was going to say something. I will remember, inshallah. Okay, so with 4 bits, okay, yes. Now, if we have 4 bits, how can we write all these numbers from 0 to 15? Because 4 bits is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. 1, 2, 4, 8. 8 plus 4, 12, plus 2, 14, plus 1, 15. So this is 15. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 0. That's 1, 2, 4, 8. 15 without the 1, which is 14. Okay, how can we write all these numbers straight away without having to think of their value? If we have 4 digits, we start with the lowest one, because 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, all the way. Because it's 4 digits, we do this 16 times from 0 to 15. Then next column we go 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Next column we go 4 zeros. See, there's only 1 0, 1, then 2 zeros, 2 1s, then 4 zeros, 4 1s, 4 zeros, 4 1, then become 8 zeros, 8 1s. This is the easy way to write all the counting for the number system, the binary in this case. All right. So you need to go through this, think about it, ask yourself questions, trace through, inspect, and see. Okay. Now, this one, we have 110101 binary. What is the decimal value? We put on top 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So we have 32 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1. 32 plus 16, we have 48. Plus 4, 52. Plus 1, 53. So this is 53. Okay. So if you put this on top, and you say equal 53, this is enough. You don't have to write, okay, or you can write 32 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1 equals 53. All right. Okay, let's see what we have on the right side. Again, this is 10100. What is this is binary. What is the decimal value? So we put 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Okay, sorry, I think this is a bit shifted. It should be aligned. Okay. So you see, you need to align, but because I'm typing, okay, so this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So we have 16 plus 4. 16 plus 4 is 20, so this is 20. Okay, this one. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 8 plus 16, 24. That's 24. All right. So now the maximum value for the binary system depends on the number of digits. If we have n number of digits, let's say we have 4 digits. So that's 2 to the power 4 minus 1. That is the largest value. So the largest value or last count will be 2 to the power 4 minus 1, given that we have 4 bits. Okay, 4 bits. 1, 1, 1, 1 is 15. We know this is 1, 2, 4, 8. 1 plus 2 plus 4, 7 plus 8, 15. All right. Now, what is the largest number that can be represented with 8 bits? That's 2 to the power 8 minus 1. 2 to the power 8 minus 1. 2 to the power 8 is how much? 256. Minus 1, 255. Okay. The largest number with 8 bits will be 8 ones. This is the largest. The smallest will be 8 zeros, which is 0. All right. This is counting also from 0 to 15. Okay. Representing binary quantities. Okay, how do we represent binary quantities in real life? Okay, we will not do this. This is okay. If we have a device which has this kind of switch, the switch can go either up or down. Up will be 1, down will be 0, or the other way around. So you know which one to put up or down. Okay, so this will be like up, maybe 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Given that up will be 1, low, down will be 0. All right. Also on the CD, how is the binary numbers represented? Because this is digital. Digital means using binary. In the CD, okay, if we have a pit which means a hole, that is 1. If we have no hole, so this reflection surface will reflect the laser light that comes on it, it will be known that this is 0. So reflective area is 0. The one that has a hole or a dip will be 1. Okay, so this will be like that. Now the thing is, how do they recover the technology? I don't know, because when they program it as 1, some initially when this was came out, it was not programmable. You program it once and that's it. But then we had a reprogrammable, which means this surface that will be like broken to make 1 could be done in a different way. I think this is the material is different, of course, because this will be magnetized somehow. I don't know. If you're interested, I mean, just now I became curious because I'm talking about this. Otherwise, I'll just skip this because it doesn't come to mind. Okay, so 0 volt will be 0, binary 0. 5 volt will be binary 1. Okay, now what is so special about binary system? What's so special? Okay, I need to speed up, inshallah. It will try to stop at 4 o'clock, inshallah. Otherwise, I'll leave the rest for you to go over. Okay, this is the representation of binary numbers. Binary 0 and binary 1. Binary 0 will have voltage from 0 to 0.8 volt. So any voltage within this range below or equal to 0.8 volt will be considered binary 0 or low. The voltage from 2 to 5 volt will be binary 1 or high. Okay, in between it is undetermined or not acceptable. If there's any voltage between 0.8 and 2 volt, that is undetermined, or sometimes we call it high impedance. Okay, but it doesn't tell us whether it is 1 or 0. We don't know. So this should be avoided by all means, so that the voltage will have to always be below 0.8 or above 2 to 5. Of course, more than 5, 5.5 maybe, but more voltage, maybe the device will not be designed to tolerate. Okay, so for example, this is a signal, binary signal. We say binary, it's 2 values, either 0 or 1, 0 or 1. Of course, it can be more than 1 duration, but the only 2 values, 0 or 1. So this will be 0 volt. This is here 4 volt, still 1 or high. So we said 2 to 5 volt will be high. So if we have 4 volt, that is still high. If we have 3 volt, that is still high. 2.5 volts, it is still high. Okay, so this is the timing diagram or digital signal. All right, 4.3 volt is high. 0.5 volt is low. Okay, so some examples here, please do them. Okay, another logic circuits. Okay, let's look at the inverter. Inverter is a circuit or a logic gate actually, which will invert from high to low or low to high. So if the input is low, output will be high. If the input goes high, output will go low because it is inverted. So this represents that. So 0 volt low, we get 4 volt high according to the design of the circuit. 4 is within the high range. If the input becomes 5 volt, the output will go to low, 0 volt, because 5 volt is high, right? Another case, if we have 0.5 volt, this is still low because it's 0 to 0.8. So this 0.5 is low. It will be inverted to high. High is 4 volt in this case. Now when this goes high to 3.7 volt, this is high, still considered high. Inverted will become out as low. Low will be 0 volt. Actually, the output is always guaranteed for the digital circuits for the output low to be below 0.4, not necessarily 0, so 0 to 0.4, so that it is within the lower part of the low range. The high output will be higher than 2.8, okay? Higher than 2.8, the output, so that it is away from the unknown region or undetermined region, okay? And of course, this may sound a bit scary. It's not actually. You just look at the examples and the question at the end of the chapter. And by the way, the solution book for this book is available on the internet, so you need to search for it to help. Some questions have answers at the end of the chapter. So the remaining questions, the answer book is available on the internet, so you might as well go and search for it. All right, these are review questions. Also, their answer is at the end of the chapter. Okay, parallel and serial transmission. Parallel transmission or serial. Serial, we have one line where the bits go one after the other. Parallel, we have every bit has one line. Every bit has one line. Okay, so for instance, if we want to say to type high and print it out using parallel printer, a parallel connection printer, every bit will take one line. So high, the H is represented by 01001000, which is 48 hexadecimal. Okay, we'll look at this next time, but this is 01001000. This is the H. So that's 01001000. 0100 is the 4, 1000 is the 8. Okay, if you recognize. Then each bit will go taking one line. The serial, no, it will go one after the other. Right? So for the H, it will go the least significant bit first, least significant bit, and the most significant bit last, or the other way around, depends on the design. So for the H, 0 will go first, and followed by 0, followed by 0, followed by 1, followed by 0, followed by 0, followed by 1, followed by 0. Then the I will follow. So for serial communication, we have only one line where the bits will go in sequence, one after the other, in series. For the parallel, every bit has its own line. Of course, this parallel will be at least 8 times faster than the serial, but at the expense of the cost. Because you have to have 8 wires. Well, for this one, I have 1 wire. Normally, parallel is used within the motherboard, within the same digital boards for speed of communication, especially for the address bus and the data bus. For control bus, it's always one line, so it uses one line. Okay. For longer distance, even if it's like a few inches or a few meters, we use serial communication. Serial communication usually used to be up to 15 meters or 50 feet. Okay, so before it starts deteriorating. So this is the parallel and serial. Okay, please read about that. Memory. If you have a signal coming into a device with no memory, signal comes in, the output will immediately be affected by the input signal. So this no memory circuit, what goes in goes out. But with memory, if it goes in 0 to high, and then this memory is stopped. What goes high to low, memory is not allowed to pass it until it is activated. So it remembers the high value. Then if it gives another activation to respond to the falling edge of the signal, then it would go later when that activation signal arrives. This is in the flip-flops, which unfortunately I don't think we'll have time to cover. But this is the idea of the memory. Now, digital computers. Okay, I think this is probably the last thing, inshallah, I will look at. Yes, okay, the last thing, and inshallah I will be released from myself, and you also will be released. Okay, now digital computer. What are the parts of the computer? I think you already know this. You already know this. What does a computer consist of? We have a CPU, input devices, output devices, and memory. CPU, input, output, memory. Right? Of course, we also have the storage system, permanent storage. Because if you have a computer, you do everything and then you don't want to store the result. That scared me. This was a reminder for me yesterday for one final exam for another subject. Oh my God. Okay. Really came all of a sudden. Okay, so we have a CPU consisting of ALU, arithmetic and logic unit, and the control unit. All right. Then we have the input devices, output devices, and memory. Memory, we have two kinds of memory. We have RAM and ROM, read-only memory for programs. And we have RAM for random access memory for read-write for text, temporary storage of text and information and program. Okay, here some write up about it. Input unit like keyboard or mouse, whatever, or okay, a disk which is a CD input, even USB input, even though it's memory, it's a storage as also it is input because we input into it and we write to it, and output as well. But output is to be saved. Okay, so disk is where you just read from. Output is where you write to. All right. Then memory unit and control unit and arithmetic logic unit. Control unit will make sure coordinates and manages the operation of the computer system with all its components and parts. Arithmetic and logic unit will do arithmetic operations like plus, minus, multiply, divide, shifting, whatever. Then logic unit will do logic and, or, NAND, NOR, not, which is the inverter, which we have just seen, and we will look at this in some more detail, inshallah. Okay, that's the computers. Computers are everywhere. We have computers, microcontroller, which is all in one. So input, input ports, output ports, CPU and memory are all within one chip. We call this microcontroller. Where is it? Microcontroller or embedded controller, which is in the cars. Then we have microcomputer, which is a computer actually, like a PC. They call it microcomputer. General purpose microcomputer is like the personal computer or personal digital assistant or whatever. Okay, or anti-lock braking system is controlled by a microcontroller. Okay, I think this is the end of chapter 1. It's a bit general, but focus more on the binary and decimal because we will need it. Okay, summary here. Then we have problems. These problems are many questions. Many of them will be in the homework. Okay, some of them have answer to the review questions within the chapter are here, the answers. But these section 1, section, all these sections, answers are in the outside book that you may want to get from the internet to help you. But when you get the answer book, you try to solve. You cannot solve, look at the answer, understand it, then do it without looking at the answer. You have to be able to do that. Okay, homework questions will include many of the questions from the book. So please do them. Thank you very much for staying with me until now. I really appreciate it. Inshallah, we will meet next time on the date specified in the instruction to, where was it? Yes, I think next time we'll meet on 6/3, is it? No, 11/3, 11 March, inshallah. So please try to do the questions for part chapter 1 of the assignment. Okay, and whatever you can do, please do. All right, so that you are ready for chapter 2. Also start to look at chapter 2. Start looking at chapter 2 and have some idea. Look, binary to decimal. This we have seen already. We want to convert decimal to binary. Then we'll look at hexadecimal, convert to binary, convert to decimal and back. And then we'll look at the binary coded decimal as well. So just take a look at these. Also, I've highlighted all the important parts to help me explain and to help you also go through. I highlighted, so if you follow this, inshallah, just take a quick look at it. Something about binary and decimal, inshallah, you'll understand. But the rest we will discuss, inshallah, next time. Next time it is going to be really fully loaded because we have the hexadecimal, which will be a new number system, but it is used to make binary easier to understand. Binary, all ones and zeros, when there are so many ones and zeros, it doesn't make sense. So when we make it like smaller digits, it's easier to understand the value of the number. Okay, guys, thank you very much. We'll meet inshallah next time. please do the audio recording for the instructions to students and start doing the assignment. You can do it in, at stages. Do this question from chapter 1. I will share, inshallah, I will prepare the assignment 1, inshallah, hopefully today. Inshallah, if not today, maybe by tomorrow, but as soon as possible so that you can start working on it. Thank you guys very much. Wish you all the very best. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I will share with you, inshallah, the book and the instruction to students.